Who would have believed that I bought one that's not in good shape? Well, hello. This is a twin axle caravan that's found its way into the salvage and sale yard. Anybody that's not caravan literate, this is an ABI Award Nightstar. And if you know what that means, it basically means it's one of the luxury liners that ABI produced. But unfortunately, they don't make touring caravans anymore, they make static caravans. And it's a real shame, again, about this one. So it's found its way into the yard, but I've rescued it. So yeah, so here we are. But before I take you around it, we're going to go back in time, and I'm going to take you on the journey to go and get it. And I'll tell you a wee bit more about it. And then we'll come back to the yard and we'll have a wee look through it. Is it really the 5th of June? What? Oh man, it's just depressing, isn't it? It's the 5th of June, and I'm driving along here like it's the 5th of November. The only saving grace is it's not cold. But man, we have had nothing but rain up here in Aberdeen for weeks and weeks. Having real yo-yo weather. Nice day, crap day. Nice day, crap day. Ugh. Anyway, we're on our way to a farm just behind the airport, actually. And what we've got here is a classic case of a caravan being listed by the owner on Marketplace. Probably, there's no probably, a bit higher than it should have been. So it's priced definitely higher than it should have been. And what this owner has suffered for weeks and weeks is idiots. You guessed it, idiots. Idiots coming out, kicking the tyres, pointing out the faults, moaning about it being an old caravan and not being ready to take away. What do you expect? What do you expect for a caravan that's listed at £600? So I'd been watching it for weeks and weeks. I was watching it in Marketplace, and then I decided I'm going to get in touch with this guy, see what the script is. So when I messaged him and said I'd like to come and see it, he messaged me back and said, yeah, no problem. He said, but please read the description and please look at the photos, because this caravan definitely needs work. So I knew exactly what had been happening because he'd sent me that. So anyway, I've been to see it. It's rotten to the core. It's a real shame because you'll see it. It's a twin axle. It looks really good on the outside, so it's quite deceiving. And if you know nothing about these, it can be quite deceiving. But I went in and started poking holes in it. Not to be an idiot, just to be honest with him. So we had a look inside this caravan. Really clean, really square, really tidy. But we've got soft walls by the kitchen, we've got a soft wall in the bathroom, we've got corners starting to rot away, you know, where the joins are. But the guy didn't know this, he hadn't seen it. But he was getting really weary and really tired of people turning up, and I could tell with the look in his face that he was like, oh, here we go, somebody else that's not going to take it. But I levelled with him and had a proper conversation with him and actually showed him what was wrong with it, which a lot of stuff he didn't know. So we went through it, looked at the kind of faults on it, and managed to strike a deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to head out there just now in this beautiful weather, and once we get there I'll show you what we've got. Right, we've got it. God, that was a really, honestly. So I've got this thing on the back of the van and waving goodbye to the guy driving out his farm. and just happened to look in the rearview mirror again, and I see the Caravan going this way, past me. I'm like, what on earth? So something happened with the hitch, where it didn't connect properly. Thankfully, it happened on a guy's farm, so after I got over the shock and then got over the fact that my van's scuffed on that far side, we're all right. But I'll tell you what, that was scary. I'm glad it happened on the farm. You're not wanting that happening on the bloody main road, are you? Jesus. So, we're on a busy road here. We're during rush hour traffic and it's raining. So, is this really when we want to be towing something like this up the road? Probably not, but we're going to go for it. So, let's go. Now, the good news is the yard's only maybe 10 minutes from here. So, if I can get off this road and onto some back roads, which is doing, it's taking me onto a back road, ideal. I just like to tow, some people think I'm probably mad for wanting to tow on the back roads, but see when you're towing, and see when you're, in particular when you're towing stuff like this, which is essentially scrap. Obviously I've done my checks and stuff, I've checked the tyres and lights and it's all connected and whatever else, but there's just that, I'd rather just be off the main roads, out of the way, when I'm towing stuff like this up the road. It's just a damn sight easier than worrying about people being up your jacksie and all sorts of other stuff that's going on. So that's us, we're off the main road here. Good. There we go. Yeah, so we're about 10 minutes for here to get up back to the yard. Real shame. Real shame. This is a cracking big Caravan. Got a bed at the back here. I think that's a bunk bed of some sort. We've also got the cushions and the bed back here. Got a nice little kitchen area. Don't know what's going on with that oven. Got a lovely seating area at the front here. But it's just rotten. It's absolutely rotten. Look at that wall. It's coming out. This wall basically falling out. And in here, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm just ripping all that out. I mean, I won't. I did start doing it, but it's, I mean, that is soaking. Absolutely soaking. So yeah. But you know what? It's the first Caravan I've ever picked up at the end of its life, but it's actually really clean and really tidy in here. The owners have actually, you know, managed to keep it in some kind of decent shape. Got a nice wee floor on it. And it's clean and tidy and it's not full of everybody's gubbins. So yeah. And again, the story behind this one is basically the owners have had it on a farm. It's sat there for 6 years, not done anything. And then they've listed it on Marketplace, like I said, and they were just inundated with just idiots who don't read the advert, who know nothing about caravans, who think it's a quick fix. But I'm going to be honest, there's no fixing this one at all. There is no fixing it. It's just rotting in too many corners. The ceiling's starting to sag out there. The metal joins are starting to come off that seal it in the corners, and that's why it's absolutely wrecked. But there is some real good salvageable stuff in here. So we've got a lovely U-shaped cushion seating area. We've got a 3-way fridge. We've got, well, kind of got an oven. Don't know, some fascias missing off the front of that. We've got a sink. We've got a hob. We've got a toilet and a bathroom unit. We've also got a water heater under there. And then obviously some fixtures and fittings, a heater, light fittings outside. But the creme de la creme, the pièce de résistance, is just the fact that this is a twin axle. So, you know, the amount of people that ask me, message me daily, either on Facebook, on eBay, or on YouTube, is, do you have any chassis for sale? I really want a twin axle chassis, because they're obviously building something. But the truth be told, although it's a twin axle chassis, doesn't mean that you can just put some 80mm ply on it, screw it on and roll a car onto it, which I think a lot of you think that you can do. It does need a bit more fabrication than that. They're not, these Caravan chassis aren't designed just to take a Caravan body off it and then just fire some plywood on it and roll a 4x4 on the back. It doesn't work that way. But back to what I was saying, there's some real money to be had here. A real good chassis there that can be, you know, made into a domestic trailer, or if you wanted to fabricate it further, you could make it into a car trailer. But when I was towing it up back, I was looking out the rear view mirror and this is starting to come off. And if I'm not going to do it now, but if I started pulling that, that's all going to come off. And this is where the problems are arising, because you can see there, this is where they join them, they seal it, and then they put this metal awning rail or metal aluminium rail around it to seal it all. But when that starts to fail, that's when the water gets in. And I can't see up there, but I can already see where the water's coming in. Can you see? What does it look like? Tell me. You don't need to tell me, I can already guess. And then obviously we've got water coming in here. Interestingly, this looks okay. But the reason there's water coming in is because there's a gap here. And if you don't catch this early on, you're done. And this Caravan represents the whole reason I'm in business. There's caravans everywhere, thousands of them, sitting on farms, sitting on fields, rotting away, and nobody knows what to do with them. And this is where we're coming in. People are calling us and asking them to take them away. But on the flip side, we're inundated with people looking for parts for these. So I would say this is another good find. Granted, right, I paid for this one to take it off. My battery died there, I had to charge everything. So I put the Caravan away while I was waiting for it to charge. But like I was saying, there's a huge market for people wanting rid of these, but then there's a huge market for people wanting bits out of them. And that's where this whole yard comes in. And what was interesting was, while you guys were charging, I was in there just measuring stuff up. And I phoned one of my customers who was looking for a fridge that needed to be 820 high and 500 wide. And this just so happens to be, or to have a fridge that's 820 high and 500 wide. So I gave the guy a call, showed him, sent him some photos, told him I would list it on eBay, and that's great. So that's going to sell tonight for 150 quid. So the Caravan cost 200. I've just made 150 and I'll get that tonight. And then the rest will all come off everything else, like you know. All those windows, water heaters, toilets, furnishings, cushions, ovens. So we're on to a winner with this. But I'm really interested in what's going to happen with this one, with the twin axle Caravan, because I've got another one way up there. You can't see it, it's miles away. That's also a twin axle that's rotten. That just needs to, needs to be broken down as well. It's almost there, so yeah, so there you go, another acquisition. Like I say, there's loads more booked in the diary. I'm really looking forward to them actually. We've got some real retro ones coming up. If you're following the channel and you look at the community post, you'll probably seen them. We've got a, what is it called? A Churchill Minster, right? According to Google, there's only about 20 of them left in the whole of the UK, and I'm about to get one. And then the other one is not a Sprite Alpine. It is an Alpine, but it's actually an Eldest Alpine, for those of you who were debating in the comments. But all will be revealed when we go and get that in a couple of weeks' time. But on that, I'm going to get home and get my dinner, shut these gates, and then go home and get my dinner. And I'll see you on the next one.